All right, let's get right to it here. About a week ago, here on the 14th here, I did a video on DVLT, Datavault AI, and that's what I'm going to do again today. A week later, we're going to look at the progression here. And my thought was that on this day that it looked like the stock was going to break away here, and we were going to start running with this thing. But that didn't happen. So we're going to go over, the next opportunity here. As you see, this stock has been going down this whole week, and in spite of having good news, so they're getting new opportunities. Let's take a look at some of these opportunities here. They have deliver meds, so they're getting not only are they in the sports arena, they're now moving into the medical arena with their technology here. A product called Pharmacy Chain, and they acquired Qualcomm. So they're acquiring companies and they're growing, but they're still not profitable. Uh, though their gross margin is over 70%, they just still haven't reached profitability, and that's why this stock is down in the tubes here. And once again, you could think, oh, they're getting merger, they're getting more business, the stock should go up. But what we saw instead, and this was 100% predictable, because what happened here is, yes, they're getting more mergers, they're getting more opportunities, but everyone is worried about dilution event to raise capital. So diluting your shares would cause the price to go down. So with the merger news, like, oh, well, they're acquiring more companies, they're going to need more cash, they're going to dilute their stock. So sold off, sold off, sold off. And as the week progressed, they sold off and sold off. And so now I think at this point, when the stock dipped under 40 cents a share here, this was the point where it was either, okay, this is just retail investors saying, okay, they're going to do a stock split, they're going to dilute their shares to raise money. Everyone believed that. I even had comments on my last video that I made on this. Thank you for your comments, by the way. I appreciate it. And yes, I'm aware there's a 90% chance that they're going to do some sort of dilution event. And that hasn't happened yet. But the anticipation has been there and it's been driving the stock price down. So if or when the dilution event happens, it could happen over the weekend, it could happen next week, or it may not happen. But if it does, it has been priced in at this point into the stock. When it went under 40 cents a share, that was assuming the stock split was inevitable. And that's why the price went down as much as it did. And this is a very good value stock because I think there's a lot of room to grow here. This is a growth company. They're on the pulse of where they need to be. The US government might back them up on some of their initiatives or give them at least some sentiment back, some positive sentiment going. And I think we saw this on Friday right here. All of a sudden, you thought the stock was dead on this day. Like, yes, Daniel, you're totally wrong. This was a great time to buy, in my opinion, because it's very low risk. If you bought this stock at 40 cents a share on this day, or anywhere on this day, as much as 42 cents here, you're looking pretty good because if the dilution event happens, yeah, the stock price will go down, but how much more down will it go? I guess it depends on the dilution event. But we see some positive movement here on Friday. The stock started progressing up and did fairly bullish all day long here until it got up to here. And then, at the end of the day, it sold off a little bit, which is to be expected. So it's still a good time to buy it, but we're looking for a few things here. We're looking for a catalyst, something that's going to spark this stock, because once this stock is sparked, let's zoom out here. Yeah, here's 6 months. I mean, the last time it leaped up here, it didn't quite make it to $1, and it could get delisted. So we need to get the stock over $1 pretty quickly, or there will be some sort of stock split coming as well, and that will drive the price through the roof. So yes, if you see any news about a stock split, bail out immediately. If you do decide to buy this stock, I mean, I'm not recommending that you buy it. Obviously, this is a super high risk stock with probably a 90% probability of going down. So why would you invest in it? I'm not saying that you should. I'm saying just watch it. Because I have a feeling this is the stock that could start running. And once it does, I mean, going to $2 a share is not even close to being out of sight. It could do it in a couple of days. Like, look here, these 3 days, it went from where it was, 50 cents roughly to all the way up to a dollar, almost $1.50 in 3 days. That's a 3-time increase in 3 days. Did it before, it could certainly do it again. Conditions really haven't changed. See here, it just kept getting beat down, beat down, beat down, and eventually it popped. Though it didn't go anywhere because, once again, the fundamentals are still weak. No institution is going to come close to touching this stock. I think it's still a good opportunity, though. And, I'm not an ex-banker. I'm not any sort of investor. I'm just some common person who decided that I want to start investing in stocks. And it is not a easy game, especially if you're a small timer and you don't have a large portfolio to go through. Your entire value of your portfolio may be only $5,000 or $10,000. Well, you can't buy the big fancy stocks. You just can't. You can't afford to lose $1,000 in a day. That's why you've got to find these opportunities, and they're very tough. It's very tough being a small time investor. You can't buy the big stocks. You can't buy the Amazon and the Google and all of those in any significant quantity to make any kind of money. You got to find these opportunities right here. And I believe this is an opportunity. I've been following this stock for probably a year now. And I went through all of this here, went through this with the stock. I think I bought it just under $1 somewhere. Somewhere right in here, after it started popping, right after it popped over that purple line here is the 150-day moving average. So once it popped over that, somewhere in here, I guess about $1, I bought it and sold it somewhere around $3. So I'm at a 3x on this stock already. Maybe it's dead. Maybe it's not going to have another run, but it has a lot of life left in it. And I think that we could see a pop even bigger than this in the near future for this stock. All right, so once again, buy this at your own risk. This is not me telling you to buy a stock. This is just my analysis. And my analysis is just someone who's just figured it out on his own here. And I want to share this with you guys. So please continue to give me your comments. We're all learning this together. And let's see what this stock does. All right, have a great day.